St.George Cocke was a brigadier general in the Confederate States Army during the first year of the American Civil War. He is best known for organizing the defense of Virginia along the Potomac River soon after the state's secession from the Union. He commanded troops in the Battle of Blackburn's Ford and the First Battle of Bull Run in July 1861 before becoming despondent and committing suicide. Early life and career. St.George Cocke was born at Bramo Bluff in Fluvanna County, Virginia. His father, John Hartwell Cocke, had been an officer in the United States Army during the War of 1812. Cocke graduated from the University of Virginia in 1828 and then from the United States Military Academy in 1832 with the rank of brevet second lieutenant. He was soon assigned as second lieutenant to an artillery unit in Charleston, South Carolina. He served there during 1832 and 1833, becoming adjutant of the 2nd U.S. Artillery on July 13, 1833. On April 1, 1834, Cocke resigned from the military and became a cotton planter in Powhatan County, Virginia and in Mississippi. He married Sally Elizabeth Courtney Bowden on June 4, 1834. Cocke became an accomplished agriculturist, publishing frequent articles in journals, as well as a book on plantation management entitled Plantation and Farm Instruction in 1852. From 1853 to 1856, Cocke was president of the Virginia State Agricultural Society. In 1859, concerned by John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, he organized a militia infantry company known as the Powhatan Troop to help defend Powhatan County in case of a similar action or a slave revolt in the future. Civil War service. Organization of Virginia's defenses. On April 21, 1861, Cocke was appointed as a brigadier general in the service of the Commonwealth of Virginia by Governor John Letcher. He was assigned command of all state forces along the Potomac River. 3 days later, from his headquarters at Alexandria, Virginia, he reported to newly commissioned Marge. Gen. Robert E. Lee that he had only 300 men to defend against what he thought was 10,000 Union troops across the river in Washington, D.C. Cocke made his headquarters at Culpeper, Virginia, on April 27, in order to better oversee the entire line of the Potomac as well as the mustering of volunteer troops in a large part of the state. Alexandria was evacuated by Lt. Col. A.S. Taylor on May 5, despite Cocke's orders not to abandon it without fighting, even against overwhelming numbers. Under Lee's orders, Cocke organized a new defensive line at Manassas. Cocke may have been the first to formulate the Confederate defensive strategy of concentrating forces at Manassas and at Winchester in the Shenandoah Valley, and using the Manassas Gap Railroad to allow them to be mutually supporting. This strategy would be a decisive factor in the Confederate victory in the First Battle of Bull Run, when Virginia's state forces were consolidated with the Provisional Army of the Confederate States. Cocke was given the rank of colonel in the new CSA forces. Because of this effective demotion, Cocke was superseded in command at Manassas on May 21 by Brig. Gen. Millage L. Bonham and took command of the 19th Virginia Infantry Regiment. First Bull Run campaign. Cocke was eventually assigned to the Army of P.G. T. Beauregard in command of the 5th Brigade, consisting of the 8th, 18th, 19th, 28th, and 49th Virginia Infantry Regiments. His brigade was initially assigned to Centerville, but in the face of advancing Union forces, withdrew behind Bull Run on July 17. He was officially thanked by Beauregard for his ability shown in strategic movements at the Battle of Blackburn's Ford. On July 20, Cocke was stationed at Bull's Ford on Bull Run. In the subsequent First Battle of Bull Run on July 21, 1861, Cocke was assigned to advance against Centreville, a plan abandoned when the Federals began the flanking movement against the Confederate left, while Col. Nathan George Evans, reinforced by Brig. Gen. Barnard B. and Col. Francis S. Bartow, opposed the enemy. Cocke's forces defended against attack in the vicinity of the Stone Bridge, with his headquarters at the Lewis House. At 2 p.m., about an hour before the arrival of Ellerslie, he led his brigade into action on the left with alacrity and effect. Quote, "He was promoted to brigadier general in the Confederate Army on October 21 and given command of the 3rd Brigade, 3rd Division of the Confederate Army of the Potomac." Death. First Bull Run was Cocke's last battle. After 8 months' service, during which he was promoted to brigadier general in the Provisional Confederate Army, he returned home, shattered in body and mind, exhausted from the strain, and despondent over perceived slights from General Beauregard stemming from the Battle of Manassas. Cocke shot himself in the head on December 26, 1861, at his mansion, Belmead, in Powhatan County, Virginia. He was initially buried on the plantation grounds, but he was reinterred in 1904 at Hollywood Cemetery, Richmond, Virginia. Family. Philip St. George Cocke was the son of John Hartwell Cocke and Anne Blawes Barraud. He married Sally Elizabeth Courtney Bowden at Christ Church in Norfolk, Virginia, on June 4, 1834. The couple had 11 children. John Bowden Cocke b. the 2nd of October 1836, Richmond, Virginia. Louisiana Barraud Cocke b. the 14th of November 1837, Surico, VA. Sally Brown Cocke b. the 31st of January 1840, Powhatan Co. VA. Lucy Carey Cocke b. the 25th of June 1842. Philip St. George Cocke b. the 17th of March 1844, Powhatan Co. VA. William Ruffin Coleman Cocke b. the 7th of August 1846, Powhatan Co. VA. Courtney Bowden Cocke b. the 27th of September 1848. Charles Hartwell Cocke b. the 12th of March 1851, Powhatan Co. VA. Mary Augusta Cocke b. the 19th of June 1852. Helen Hansford Cocke b. the 28th of January 1855, and Blawes Cocke b.